भी मार्गदर्शन हमें मिलेगा ही। तो जैसे अब समय तो काफी चला गया है,
जी
एक बार फिर शुरू करते हैं, ठीक है।
yes. So now Buddha Jai Bhim, and good afternoon to all of you, and I heartily welcome all of you in this special session of today's special lecture series in being conducted from last few weeks. So on behalf of Bhadantacharya Buddhatta Pali Promotion Foundation, as well as Samanvay Seva, in collaboration with Samanvay Seva Sansthan Lucknow, I am pleased to congratulate all of you in this session. So to begin with, let us pay our respect to Triple Gem and by chanting Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha Vandana. So I request all of you to please hold your hand, close your eyes, and let us chant together. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi Swakhato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namassami Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Sanghang Namassami Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So before we move on, let me again welcome you all in this special session series. This is the second topic. This is the second session that we are conducting today. We know that we have started this special lecture series few weeks ago, and we will be glad to hear today's topic of discussion is importance of Dhammapada, and it's a universal message from respected Venerable Amrituvela Viritasiri Simi. So, to start this program, I pay my respect to Honorable Professor Dr. Papulji Garpal sir, respected Acharya Rajaji Chandra sir, all the Pavitra Bhikkhu Bhikkhuni Sangha attended at present in this call. At the same times, my dear fellow, my dear colleagues from Vedantacharya Buddhatta Promotion Foundations. So to move on, I request Professor Prapulji Garpal sir to please come and let us start this introduction of this or welcome speech. So we can set the context of this session. So I request Prapulji Garpal sir, so please come and start this session.
Namo tassa bhagavato arhato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Today we have organized a special lecture on importance of Dhammapada and its universal message. In this occasion, I am welcoming all of you, and I am speaking something in Pali language, Pali Bhasha. Ajja amhakang kate idang achantang sukhassa vishayo vijjati yang ajja vissavikhato vidu पूजनीयो भिक्षु मर्थुवेल विजित सिरी अज अम्हाकं मध्ये एकस्मिन् अत्यन्तं महत्वपूर्ण विषये व्याख्यानं करिष्यति इति अहं अतिवीय हस्सेन मनसा अद्य तेषां स्वागतं करोमि, अभिनन्दनं करोमि। एवमेव अद्य आचार्यो राजेश चंद महोदयो अपि अस्मिन् कार्यक्रमे व्याख्यान कार्यक्रमे विज्जति। अहं तस्य महोदयस्य अपि अभिनन्दनं करोमि। एवमेव अस्य कार्यक्रमस्य सञ्चालनं करोति पवीन तायडे महोदयो। अहं तस्य सञ्चालक महोदयस्य अपि अभिनन्दनं करोमि। इदं व्याख्यानं सुनितुं ऑनलाइन माध्यमेन संयुक्तानं भवतानं सब्बेसानं अस्मिन् अवसरे अहं स्वागतं करोमि, अभिनन्दनं करोमि। भवन्तो इदं जानन्ति एव यं धम्मपदं त्रिपिटकस्य अतिवीय महत्त्वपूर्णो ग्रन्थो अस्ति। इदानीं किञ्चि पूर्वमेव अम्हाकं राजेशचन्द्र महोदयो एतस्मिन् विषये बहु सम्मारूपेण भाषणम् अकरि। भवन्तो जानन्ति अस्मिन् ग्रन्थे 26 वर्गाः सन्ति। 26 वर्ग है, ये जानते हैं। एवमेव चतुशतं 23 गाथायो अस्मिन् धम्मपद ग्रन्थे विद्यन्ते। भगवता बुद्धेन भाषिताय वाणीया पाली भाषाय अयं साररूपो ग्रन्थो विद्यते। पाली भाषा भाषायं अयं ग्रन्थो रचितो विद्यते। फग्गुन पूर्णमासिया आरभ्य भदन्ताचार्य बुद्धदत्त पाली संवर्धन प्रतिष्ठानं प्रतिष्ठानेन अपि च लखनऊ नगरस्य समन्वय सेवा संस्थान इति संस्थाय च मिलित्वा एषो कार्यक्रमो आरम्भो विहितो। संगायनस्य धम्मपद संगायनस्य अयं क्रमो आरम् आरब्धो। सोऽयं क्रमो अद्यापि प्रचलति एव। अस्मिन् एव क्रमे इदं व्याख्यानं अद्य आयोजितं विद्यते। अस्मिन् कार्यक्रमे पूजनीयो मर्थुवेल विजित सिरि भिक्षु व्याख्यानं करिष्यति। अहं तस्य पूजनीयस्य पुनः पुनः अभिनन्दनं करोमि। भवतां सभ्येषां चापि अथ अभिनन्दनं कृत्वा एथ एव विरमामि। साधुवादो। नमो बुद्धाय। ताइडे जी, आप अब आगे संचालन कीजिए।
Yes, sir. Yes. So I request respected Venerable Martuvela Virjit Siri to please enlighten us for the topic that we are taking, that we have taken today, Dhammapada, and its a universal message. So I request you to please come and enlighten us. Venerable Martuvela Virjit Siri, sir. Venerable, can you hear us?
Bhante ji will deliver. Something internet problem is there. अंकित फिर से भंते जी जुड़े हैं, उनको को होस्ट करना है। जुड़ गए भंते जी।
Am I audible now?
Yes, Bhante.
Good evening, all of you. Aham chintayami yada amahakam kincit dhamma kayang kartung isyati sada marassa bahava bahu balavega santi tasma amahakam tesang api sahitun bahitun ichami. Good evening again. First of all, I would like to offer my sincere gratitude, Professor Praful Gadpal sir, and I would like to express my attitudes regarding this matter. I think you have organized such a very wonderful session for this today evening. Especially Rajesh Chandra sir also was explaining in Hindi when the program started. So I think you have some knowledge regarding this. And after from few month, you were chanting Dhammapada also. But today, as an introductory session, we organized we had discussion with Praful Gatpal sir, and we organized this session to do an introduction to Dhammapada. As you know, this guest speaker was Sumanapala Galmangoda, Professor Sumanapala Galmangoda. Suddenly, I think he may be in not good position. That's why we couldn't contact him because he is quite sick these days. So I hope to do this as a to do an introduction regarding the importance of Dhammapada, its universal application for modern crisis. So first of all, I would like to do a small introduction where the Dhammapada comes in Tripitaka, because we should understand what is Dhammapada first of all. Normally we say as Hindus Bhagavad Gita, for Muslims Quran, and for the Christian or Catholics as Bible. The Dhammapada is considered as a handbook or the most valuable text in Tripitaka or in our Buddhism. But I should mention this. Although we consider Dhammapada is the most important, we take as Tripitaka, but Dhammapada has everything which we can find in Tripitaka. So we also can consider our handbook is like Dhammapada. So Dhammapada is very important for us to understand Buddhism, because it explained in very short way and very interesting way. Dhammapada is included in Tripitaka. We know there are three baskets. Pitaka mean basket. Three mean there are Pitaka, or in Sanskrit Tripitaka mean three basket. As I mentioned previous lecture on Badanta Mahakassapa Mahatera also, the Mahasangha who did first Buddhist council, they divide the Dhamma into three baskets or three groups. We call them Sutra Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, or Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, and Abhidhamma Pitaka. In Sutra Pitaka, we find various discourses of the Buddha, various Dhamma explanation using some stories, some for persons like that. We can see many sutras in Tripitaka. In the Sutra Pitaka, before coming to Sutra Pitaka, if I mention about Abhidhamma Pitaka, the most important thing is Abhidhamma Pitaka, which includes Paramatta Dehasana, or they are the highest Dhamma, or without mentioning person or anything. In Abhidhamma Pitaka, we can find the extreme highest level of Dhamma, analyzing matter, mind, everything. In Vinaya Pitaka, the roles or some discourses regarding the moral conduct of monk and the other lay person. Vinaya Pitaka. In Sutra Pitaka, we can find there are 5 Nikayas. We call Diga Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, Sanyutta Nikaya, Anguttara Nikaya, and Kuddaka Nikaya. The Dhammapada is coming under the Kuddaka Nikaya. There are Kuddaka Nikaya, there are so many books. Mostly in Sri Lanka, we consider there are 15 books. As Myanmar, like that, another Theravada countries, they consider there are another 4, altogether 19 Ekuna Vinsati Ganta, 19 Grantha or books. So Kuddaka Nikaya, as scholars mention, is in the first Buddhist Council. They have made some few books. After that, some Grantha has edited, even like Buddha Vansa. They have mentioned some previous past years of the Buddha. That means after his passing away, 100 to 100 years history also mentioned in Buddha Vansa. So we can say, and there are some books in Kuddaka Nikaya which were developed even after the passing away of the Buddha. Dhammapada is, if I mention few books in Kuddaka Nikaya, you may heard of them also. First is Kuddaka Nikaya. Kuddaka Nikaya, Dhammapada, Itiyottaka, Sutta Nipata, Theragata, Therigata, the biography of monks and nuns, and Apadana Pali, like that, Jataka. All these are come under Kuddaka Nikaya. So when we come to the Dhammapada, the second book, Dhammapada is also actually, if we take, Buddha did not preach any Dhammapada like a book, any Dhammapada. I should mention this at the beginning. If we think this is Buddha's Sutra, actually what happened, what has done in Dhammapada is the monk, some monk in the history, they have collected some gathas from various sutras in Tripitaka and collect and have arranged according to many topics. If we find this is Dhammapada, which I have used from few years ago. If we take this Dhammapada, this Gatha we can find in other places also. So the important thing is the Dhammapada, they have collected from some sutras this Gatha and have compiled this book to memorize or to keep in our mind with very powerful message. So Dhammapada is very important. If I share a story from Sri Lanka, as mentioned in the period of British regime in Sri Lanka, there was a war hero. Name was Gongale Godabanda. The story goes like this: after he did some revolution against something against for the British era or British crown, then he was subjected to death penalty. He was cut off his head. Then, before he faced to the death penalty, he asked some person and called him, take this book. In his pocket, there was a small palm leaf Dhammapada. That means in the ancient time, Sri Lankan were used to use as the Dhammapada as a handbook, and when they get free time, they was reciting. They have been reciting these gathas, and everybody has understood. Even I remember some ancient old man in our childhood. They memorize sometimes more than. 200-300 gathas from Dhammapada. So the most important thing is the shortness, and in Sanskrit literature, like sutras, we can summarize the Dhammapada. Dhammapada, they have summarized many deep concepts of Dhamma. So we can use this Dhammapada to open the gate into going to the Dhamma. So I think this is very important sessions. From next week, we are going to see the meaning of Dhammapada. From next week, discuss every Sunday with the story. You know, this Dhammapada has another book written by Bhadantacharya Buddha Ghosa. Buddha Gosatero. He has been written a commentary on Dhammapada. In the commentary, he has mentioned very beautiful stories regarding each and every gatha. When we discuss this gatha, we can read, we can study that story also. Then we can study about so many characters. If we take first and second gatha, it was preached by the Buddha to the Chakkupala and Mattakundali. I think Chakkupala was very famous in Buddhist order, and Mattakundali also very famous. So we can study their biography, not their story, and relating to Dhamma. The Chakkupala was a Arahant, but he was blind. Then monk come and ask after he became Arahant, what is the reason, even though he became Arahant, what is the reason to become blind? Then Buddha explained the story and with the Gatha. So I think we can study lot of Dhamma points. So if I take using this Gatha, we can discuss the concept of Dhamma, concept of karma in Buddhism. Because in Buddhism, there are so many teaching relating to karma. So when we discuss this Gatha, I promise I will explain definitely the difference preaching or difference discourses or different dimensions of karma theory in Buddhism, and what are the points that we can demarcation Buddhist theory of karma from Hindus, from Jainism, etc. So I think this is Dhammapada we can see in many different angles. So when we discuss, we can do it very well. But if I mention as main thing, basically we can study the Dhamma as Dhammapada, the meaning also the words of Dhamma. So we can study the most important thing is Dhamma concept. I think you no need to study all the Tripitaka. As Hindu mentioned Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, if someone study Bhagavad Gita, they can know all the Vedas, Vedanga, Upanishad, everything in Bhagavad Gita. Like that, I also suggest that if you study Dhammapada, you may know all the Dhamma preached by the Buddha. Because these sutras, just like the thread, we call sutra also thread, we can round it and make as a ball, small ball, as the bunch of thread. Even we can spread it as a lone area. We can cover by a thread, very lone area. Like that, if we take this one gatha, we can discuss many Dhamma points regarding this. The Sri Lankan tradition, if I mention in Sri Lanka, if I preach Dhamma, most of the time in the ancient time, every monk take a gatha, one gatha to preach Dhamma from Dhammapada. They didn't take any sutra, they didn't take any other things. They only took Dhammapada Gatha as topic. For example, if I need to explain the theory of karma in Buddhism, I can take first Gatha. Oh, Panim hi che vanyonas haraya panina visan nabhanam visa manveti natti papan akubat. Like this Gatha, even though, see this Gatha also how much important. Panim hi che vanonas haraya panina visam. The Buddha say, if you haven't if there is no wound in your hand, even though you touch poison, the poison cannot go into your body. Like that, your intention is not to kill something or not to do some bad things, but if you do something without intention, there is no any effect for you. Like that, Buddha explained so many Dhamma concepts in here. So, first things we can go through into the Dhamma points using this Dhamma. As I mentioned, in Sri Lanka, even modern day, if I preach something, as mentioned like that Gatha I preach, after that, or 1 or 2 or 3 hours, I explain one Gatha relating, taking some example from sutras, Sutra Pitaka, and using some statement of the Buddha, I preach and I explain this Gatha. So this is the most important book. Even I explained that Buddha did not preach any book like Dhammapada, but this whole Gatha has taken as a summary of his Dhamma from various sutras. We can see in many places this Gatha. For example, most of the Gathas have been taken from Sutta Nipata, Sanyapta Nikaya, Anguttara Nikaya, etc. But when we study in a sutra, we can find this gatha. But the most important thing is we can see different subjects. If I mention few topics in the Dhammapada, we can see. See, first Vagga is Yamaka Vagga. Yamaka Vagga means couple. Every time they explain couple of gatha, two gathas, one good side, one bad side. For example, first gatha, manasache paduttehena bhasativa karotiva, one gatha. Other gatha, manasache pasannena bhasativa karotiva. First he explained, tatonan dukkhaman veti chakkanva vahato padan. The bad deeds which were conducted by me will follow like a circle or the cart of like a cart from me. If I do good things, it will follow like a shadow of me. Like that, he explained very good and very important gathas in them. Like this couple, the second is Appamada. What is Appamada? Even the final word of the Buddha was Appamadena Sampadeta. So there are so many gathas relating to Appamada, Appamado, Amatapadan, Pamado, Machuno Padan. If we do Appamada, it is like we are attaining Nibbana. The secret of attaining Nibbana is Appamada. If we are Pamada, that means we do not follow the Dhamma, we are like that person. So like that he explained. The third one, most important one is Chitta Vagga. Some of very interesting gathas can be found there. Chitta Vagga about mind. Yata Gharan Duchana, like that. many gathas, and very famous gatha. What is that? We can, the famous gatha in the Dhammapada. Asariran guhasayan. What is the Durangamang ekacharan asariran guhasayan yechittan sanyamissanti mokkanti marban. Every monk, in Sri Lanka, every monk before getting high ordination, Upasampada, they ask this book. We have to recite anywhere. The master, the head monk of the Nikaya, our chapter, the Mahanayaka Thera, will ask, read Durangamang. Then we have to recite. Sometimes he will never stop us until 5 minutes. So we have to continue Durangaman, Ekacharan, Nasariran, Guasayan, like that. Continuously we have to read, memorize. So it has been every Sri Lankan monks can be recite Dhammapada by memory. So this is the important one Vagga about Chitta. We will discuss the various dimensions of Chitta. The most another important thing, I will touch that topic also. These are explained if we take the about the reading or discourses of the Buddha about Chitta. He has explained using so many beautiful similes and literature part also. For example, this one. And Varijova talekitto okamoka tobato paripandati chanchitan maradeyanto. Our mind is like a fish which were taken out of the water. You have seen them fish, if we put out of the water, what he do? Jump here and there. Our mind also like that. The mind go here and there and come so many things into our mind. Sometimes difficult to concentrate, difficult to sleep. So Buddha say how to concentrate in one point using this Dhamma. So we can touch various kind of Dhamma, even as our Rajesh Chandra sir also explained some things. And so many gatha regarding anitya dukkha anatma, paticca samuppada, chaturarya satya, karma, rebirth, everything. I'm even Pandita Vaggo, Bala Vaggo. He explained about what are the characteristics of Pandita, the good person and bad person. Puppa Vagga. So many gathas as taken as flowers. Yatapi Puppa Rasimha, Kaira, Mala, Gune Bahu. Evan jate na machena kattabang kusalam, like a florist who take beautiful garland using various kind of various beautiful various colored flowers. We have to do as a human being, which was origin as born as a human being. We should conduct different kind of various kind of good deeds, good karmas. Evan jatena machena kattabang kusalan bhav. We will discuss why should we do good karmas according to Buddhism. See that Buddha takes the example as florist. So we will study like this. And Arahanta Vagga, very deep concept regarding Arahanship. Actually, most of have, even Sri Lanka, I always mention, most of the people has so many misunderstanding regarding Arahanship. They think something, it is after the life, death after life, like that. We go something from here to some another person, like that Arahanship. But when we study, we can see many powerful Dhamma topics regarding in Dhammapada from here. So, and Papa Vagga, Danda Vagga. I don't explain all the sutra. Jara Vagga mean decay, and Atta Vagga regarding Atma. The controversy, even from Hinduism and Buddhism, we can see that regarding the self. They are maintaining the self doctrine, but Buddhism explains there is no permanent, unchanging self. So, so many gathas regarding Atma. Loka Buddha Vagga, very beautiful gathas regarding the Sukho Buddha Namupado, like that, so many gathas. And like this, we can see. In the first dimension that I touched was the deep Dhamma concept. I was taken this example to prove that if we study with the meaning and deep understanding regarding Dhamma, we no need to study all the Tripitaka, because this gatha is a key to the Dhamma. Using this gatha, when I explain this gatha, I will explain all the theories of Buddhism and deep concept in Buddhism. So, I would like to invite all of you to join with us. So, if you join with this Dhammapada, you can definitely understand about the real Buddhist concept. The second one, we can see as a literature book also. If we take Dhammapada, as I mentioned few times in last topic also, we can see so many similes. The Buddha said so many similes to even we can see in the Tripitaka also this characteristic. For example, if he explained Dhamma to a farmer, he took as a simile or as an example of the cultivation. Saddha Bejan Tapo Vutti Panyame Yuganangalan Hirisa Manoyutta Satime Palapachana. Like the Buddha explained, my Saddha is the seeds. Tapo Vutti, my tapas is the rainy. Like that he explained, and Udakanhi Nayanti Nettika Usukaro Tejana, like that. And how to control our mind. Like the farmers carry the water to their paddy field as they want. If I need my paddy field is there, they takes water from far away using some stream. Like that. And Usukaro Tejanan, the blacksmith bent iron, or they make very beautiful so many items using iron, even it is very hard, he bend as he want. And Osukaro Darun Namayanti Tachaka, the carpenters take very tough, very strong tongue, but he make very beautiful cliffs, flowers, wood, chairs, like that. Buddha explained, we also should make our mind, develop our mind they, as we want. So this is the beauty of Dhammapada. So many selo yata ekagano vate nana samirati. Evan ninda pasansasu nasamidyanti pandita. The Buddha take a big mountain as an example. Selo yata ekagano. The ekagana means unshakable. Selo means mountain. It never change or it never shake by the wind. Like that, even ninda prasansasu, even blame or even praise done by others to us, we should know. Vatenana samariti, even ninda prasansasu, nasa midyanti pandita, the panditas, those are not, pandita mean here not the educated one. We all are educated, but not pandita according to Buddhism. Why? These panditas mean those who have enough knowledge in Buddhism, or not even Dhamma actually, not the Buddhism. If we have good knowledge, those who have good knowledge in Dhamma, they never shake by the praise or hate. But what happened to us? If someone come and say, you are the best person in the world, you are the most prettiest girl in the world, like that, we love with him. And someone come and criticize us, you are the ugliest person in the world, you are the bad person in the world, then we go to fight with him. But Buddha say we should like a strong mountain, which we should not change in our mind by the praise and hate speech, anything. Like this, he take as example. So many literal or literature important in the Buddhism, in the Dhammapada, we can see that. Even for our this life, some may think Dhammapada is not for only our Nibbana, for our final emancipation, not for the life. But see, Buddha say, if you need to become, if you wish to become famous in this life, the famous character in life, you should follow these 8 concepts. Utthanavato satimato suchikam massa nisammakarino sanyatassa cha dhamma jivino appamattassa yaso bivadati. Buddha say, your fame or your popularity become more and more day by day if you follow these 8 things. What are these? Utthanavato. You have to maintain good effort. You should be very utthana. Utthana means effort, doing something, not lazy. Satimato. You have to keep in your concentration, mindfulness. Satimato. Suchikamma means good behavior. Nisammakarino means doing before, inquiring to do something before. For example, we should inquire, or we should think deeply, concentrate. If I do this, what happened as a result? This is the Nisammakarino. Sanyata Sacha, the moral conduct. Sanyata Dhamma Jivino, following Dhammas. Like this, we will take with example from the Tripitaka Attakatha when we discuss this Gatha. Buddha say, if you follow these things, as I mentioned, Chulla said, no, I forget the Situ. He take this Gatha to express one person. If you someone remember the name, please remember. I forget the name. One person who was not even 1 rupees in hand, but he became richest man in the country at the time of the Buddha. With the word, he one day he heard one pandita or one educated man's voice. He said, showing a dead rat. If someone need to become rich, even this dead rat also enough. He heard that. Then he take it and he sell that, and after that, like that, he improve his business and become most wealthiest man or richest person in the country. Buddha explained this Gatha of Utthanavato Satimato Suchikam Massa Nisammakarino to keep like that. So this is not for the final emancipation, only for Nibbana or next life, but there are so many things. Positive thinking, if we take as a Western psychologist explain positive thinking, the Buddha also mentioned, even we can take so many examples to become Santutti Paramandana. I think there is no such an important message in world. Santutti Paramandana. The richest well or Santutti, happiness is the will. Happiness is the will. Whatever do, whatever we have, if we haven't happiness, we are poor. I think I remember so many stories also. So we can do this as interesting session when we started, because so many things to share with these gathas. I'm not going to explain. The Buddha said, even these days, very important this gatha, Arogya Paramalabha. Have you heard this word? Arogya Paramalabha. The richest or the most important labha or gaining is health life. You can understand how important health. Whatever money, whatever possession we have, even we have not good health. Actually, I also today was quite getting fever. When we feel something bad health, or we feel some illness, be important how the value of the healthy life. So the Buddha says, Arogya Paramalabha. Whatever we have, if we not have the healthy life we have. Santutti Paramandanan, Viswasa Paramanyati, Nibbhanam Paramansukham. So many things. So I just mentioned as positive thinking. No, for this life, any person without any classification of age limit, even children, even adult, even old, we all can maintain and we can gather many good ideas from the Dhammapada. Even we can say like this, I may touch only three as Dhamma, literature, and for this life, so many things that we can understand. Even some gathas, if you take, there are some even what we call in Sanskrit also, they have some ironies. That means if we take the literal idea of that gathas, we mistake. For example, there is a characteristic of there is a gatha which explains the characteristic of arahant. Asaddho akatanyo cha sandhiche docha yonaro hatavakaso vantaso save uttama poriso. If we take the literal meaning, we confuse. What is this? Asaddho. Asaddho means those who hasn't faith. Asaddho. Akatanyo. You know katanyo. Katanyo means we respect for re-respecting. That means we help others if even they have help us like that. Katanya. Sandhichedo, they have broken the connection. Hatavakaso, they have destroyed the space like that. Negative ideas. We think, oh, who is this Rahat? Oh, who is this Arahant? But if we take the deep meaning of these things, we can see what the wonderful explanation. If I take asaddho, Buddha says, when you become arahant, you no need shraddha. Why? We should, even the Buddhism admire shraddha and buddhi both together. But if you have shraddha only, what happens? You only believe. Even there is a book, very beautiful, What Buddhist Belief, written by Kirinde Dhammananda in Malaysia, Sri Lankan monk who was in Malaysia, very famous. You can watch his sermons on YouTube. He explained what Buddhists believe. One non-Buddhist asked him, "Do Buddhists believe?" Then he said no. Then he said, "Why you written if Buddhists don't believe anything in that, like God, like it? Why? Why you wrote a book what Buddhists say?" Then he said, "That is why I wrote that book." That means Buddhists no need to believe, but we Buddhists believe. Buddha say, when we attain to arahantship, we never believe because we see reality. Then no need to believe. But in this life, we do believe because we don't attain till the arahantship. Like that. The negative idea. There is another gatha. It comes like this. It meaning is like it. If I remember, I will recite this. To become arahant, you should kill your mother. Should kill. If someone remember the gatha, can remember me. Should kill mother and Rajano Matam. You should kill your father and Rajano Decha Kattiye. The Raja, two kings in the country. You have to kill the Namo Buddha. No. The Gatha is not. You have to see the like that. All the Gatha explain. You have to kill your mother, your father, your friends, and your king, and the subject of the country. Then someone understand, oh, what is this Dhammapada? But we go in and analyze this. Who is mother? To go this samsara. who is father of this, our gravy, our gravy and our hatred, like that. They have the some deep another meaning, double like Dhwani. So we have like that Gatha also. So we can understand like this. I think I am taking long time. I just explained regarding Dhammapada. These are the many areas for if we touch for modern economics, from political, any area we can interpret this Gatha regarding this. What I also hope to do is when I take a Gatha, first I explain the Gatha, then even use in Pali commentary the meaning. After that, every Gatha, for example, if we take two Gatha, first Gatha, we can discuss some relating the deep concept relating Buddhist karma theory. Then we can discuss the application to this modern life, how these gathas can be applied into our life. That is the very important things, and our to overcome social, economical, political, or our personal crisis using this advanced advice like that. So I hope to do, and I will share my knowledge with you in future. I think this is very important, and it is very nice time to discuss with you in this pandemic era. I think natti me saranang anyan buddho me saranan naran dhammo me saranan naran sangho me saranan. We have not other refugees except Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So even the most important things I will mention, as I mentioned last lecture also, the Dhamma is the most important thing. Why? The Buddha also explained the teacher, my teacher is Dhamma. Even he said, after my passing away, the Dhamma will lead you. The teacher will be Dhamma for you. And the Buddha said, Yo Dhammam Passati Soman Passati. If you can see the Dhamma very well, then you can see me. That means when you understand the Dhamma, then you know who is Buddha. Even Buddha, even as Indian, you know, sometimes in the Jetavana, Buddha lived Jetavana, but the person who lived next to Jetavana also sometimes not Buddhist. That means he did not follow the Buddha. Like that, even if we don't know the Dhamma well, the Buddha is on another person only. There he is not special for us. We don't care. So if we know the Dhamma, then we can rebuild the image of the Buddha. It is very beautiful, more beautiful than the pictures in the book. So I'm not going to teach so much thing. Actually, today I did what I did is just like a reading breaking news. That means I was actually quite having rest because I'm not today quite okay. But I remember that maybe I want to join actually to listen this program. But Professor Somanapala Galmanguda sir, maybe he is quite old now. Maybe he has forgotten or something. He doesn't answer for. Then what I have to do is I have to do this. So after long time, but I think I could do something, some explanation regarding Dhammapada. I think it's very good for me to do this because it's will helpful to continue us from next week. Dhammapada Vyakhyana. That means we can study Dhammapada Gatha by Gatha with the meaning and history and Dhamma concept. So I think in future we can connect our professor Samanapala Galmanguda sir. I think actually if we are unlucky to listen him, if we could listen him, he also will be give very interesting, very what do you call impression, do impression in this session. But unfortunately, we could not join him or connect with him. So in future we will do it. thank you so much for listening me for a long time. Especially, I would like to thanks Professor Praful Gadpal sir, who organized this, and the Bhadanta Acharya Pali Promotional Foundation, as well as Rajesh Chandra, Dr. Rajesh Chandra sir, who also always joining with this program, and all of you, those who give your valuable time for me to enhance something regarding Dhammapada. Thank you so much. We will see soon.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Venerable, for the nice talk. So I request Praful Garpal sir, you want to have anything? You want to say anything, or should we go to the next segment of thanks, quoting the thanks for this program? So you have anything to say, sir?
No, nothing is there.
Oh.
We can go ahead.
Thank you, sir. My deep and sincere gratitude to respected venerables to honor this session with motivation and inspirations by taking us to the Dhammapada and by correlating the verses with the real life by quoting some beautiful example. Thank you so much, venerable, and I wish to hear you. We wish to hear you again. So sorry we could not have a session of Professor Sumanapala Galmangoda. So dear audience, kindly accept our extreme apologies, but hopefully we will be in the position to hear him again. So on behalf of Bhadantacharya Buddha Pali Promotion Foundation, as well as Samalvay Seva Sansthan, I sincerely thanks all of you for giving this beautiful, your important times for this very auspicious sessions. We all know that Dhamma is each and every word is important, as likely said by Adarni Acharya Rajesh Chandra sir. We don't know which verb verse will click you, and that verse will take you to the different level. We never know, and that's how our respected Acharya Rajesh Chandra sir is continuing this chanting of Dhammapada from on every Sunday, and I really thankful to him today again for this timely talk which was available for us. And during this talk also, he gave us a very important message of dana, how the dana has to be, and what is the importance of dana. So I am really thankful to you, sir, as well. I think today we should conclude for the session. But before going to session, before going to closure of the session, if you have any questions, so we can ask to venerable, and if not, then we can go for this Dhammapalan Gatha. So, so sir, shall we take some questions from the audience? Praful sir, can we take some questions from the audience?
We can ask you to Bhante ji.
Okay.
Bhante ji. Bhante ji.
Venerables, can we take few questions from the audience?
Yes, we will take. It's interesting.
Yeah. Thank you, Venerable. So I request audience, if you have any question related to the Dhammapada or anything to this topic, you are free to ask. I think no. So in interest of time, we are already running short of time. So we are going towards this closure of this session. So by conducting this Dhammapalan Gatha. So shall I continue with the Dhammapalan Gatha, sir? Praful sir?
Okay.
Thank you, sir. So please close your eyes and please chant together. Sabba papa sa akaranang kusala sa upasampada sachitta pariyodapanang etang buddhana sasanang dhammang chare sucharitang न दुचरितं चरे धम्मचारी सुखं सेति अस्मिन् लोके परं च न तावता धम्मधरो यावता बहुभासति यो च अपम्पि सुत्वान् धम्मं कायेन पश्यति स वे धम्मधरो होति यो धम्मं नपमज्जति नत्थि मे शरणं अय्यं बुद्धो मे शरणं वरं एतेन सच्चवज्जेन होतु मे जयमङ्गलं नत्थि मे शरणं अय्यं धम्मो मे शरणं वरं एतेन सच्चवज्जेन होतु मे जयमङ्गलं नत्थि मे शरणं अय्यं संघो मे शरणं वरं एतेन सच्चवज्जेन होतु मे जयमङ्गलं नमो बुद्धाय नमो धम्माय नमो संघाय साधु साधु साधु. So we thank everyone and let us continue this spirit and we'll meet on the next Sunday, probably with the new topic and new session. So till the time, keep yourself happy. May Triple Gem bless you all. Thank you so much for joining this call. Thank you.